If you have been stuck in endlessly researching what is the best niche to start an online business, what is the perfect business model to start an online side hustle, this video is for you. Because in today's video, I'm going to show you how to turn one interest or one idea or one passion, hobby, whatever you have, that's something that is inside you that you love doing already, into at least 10 online income streams. The biggest misconception with starting an online business is that you either have to become a coach or a course creator or like a drop shipper or whatever. Like, you really have to lock yourself into one business model. And I think that cannot be further from the truth. I honestly believe that you don't need to be a coach. You don't need to be a course creator. You don't need to lock yourself into one business model, but you can actually create a lot of success for yourself just by tuning into yourself, identifying what already lights you up, what you already like doing, and turning that into a profitable income streams. And I see so many people tripping over this. Like, honestly, just this constant overthinking cycle of, I want to do the thing, but I don't know what the thing is. So by the end of this video, first of all, you'll have no more excuses not to start. Secondly, you'll have a lot of ideas how to turn whatever you're thinking about, whatever thing that you like doing, into an income stream. I'm going to show you examples of people who are doing this successfully and how they're doing that, and just overall share my thoughts during the process. I'm just going to share as an inspiration of what's possible. And I think it's really important in this video that, like everything I talk about on my channel, it is really about like you and what you like doing and what kind of person you are. So you don't need to force yourself into something that doesn't feel good, that doesn't feel authentic, but instead you can just pick the things that kind of spark your interest and explore them further. If you want to go further with any of the income streams that I mentioned, like, you have YouTube, you can just search how to do and then the name of the thing that I'm going to share and get a tutorial and start going. So there's absolutely no excuses. You don't need to buy any courses. So I picked one interest that I'm going to use as an example. So for this video, I've chosen an interest that I have myself, and I've explored that, and I know a lot of people are exploring it now. It's within the personal development space, meets spirituality, it's manifestation, so practices and all the things that is there. But I also want to do an experiment in this video, and if you want me to create a similar video on your interest, just drop whatever you're interested in. What is your hobby? What is your passion? What is your interest? Drop it in the comments below. And I might create a whole video walking through your interest and how I would turn that into the income streams, okay? So I think it could be fun. Sometimes we just need to see it. Especially if you're new to the space, sometimes you just need to see some examples. And I'm more than happy to show that, because I really want more people to see the opportunities and to find the opportunities that actually feel authentic to them and their interest and who they are as people. So yeah, drop in the comments below, subscribe to this channel. And by the way, if you're new to this channel, hi, I'm Elena. On this channel, we explore all things building a one-person AI-empowered business, exploring different ways to use AI in automation, build multiple income streams, and basically like thrive in this AI era as a multi-passionate person building a business online. So if that is something you're interested in, just hit that subscribe button and join our community here on YouTube. Let's jump into the video. The topic of interest or that I've chosen is manifestation. So if that is something you're interested in, you're gonna see some examples. If that is not your thing, just substitute it with anything like gardening, sourdough baking, home activities for school. Like, the things that I'm gonna show, the sort of income streams, the business models, they will work for any type of interest. I created a doc so I could get myself organized. If you think that this could be helpful for you, just download this for free in the description below. But let's start with the first one. So the first one is Amazon KDP. Amazon KDP was actually, up until recently, a new income stream. I haven't explored it so much. I only created one product there. It's sold maybe like 15-20 times, which was quite good in my opinion, but I've never really put more effort into that. I just unlocked this income stream and realized I really want to go back to it. But I just want to show you some examples. Okay, if we go to Amazon, search for manifestation journal. So that is the one thing, like one product that we can explore. So we get a couple of suggestions, right? It's quite a lot, actually. I think this space has been growing. But again, if you're in this space and you're interested in that, like you probably have your own take, right? You probably use journaling prompts, or you've explored like how to navigate this. So you can create a journal. So manifestation journal in whichever way, the way there is 369, there is tons of different approaches to this. But let's look into this one just to analyze, okay, does that actually make money? So it's been sold quite a lot of times, right? It's one of the top sellers. I'm going to go to bookbolt.io. I just have a free trial. So you can just also test it. But what I want to show here is that basically we want to validate that those products are selling. So if you just search in Bookbolt, we can just do like manifestation journal. What we see here, the important information is right here. So that basically tells us that it's been sold over 300 times a month, right? And there it shows a couple of other journals that are also selling in the space. And we can also see, okay, some get 168 per month, 296. We can check for manifestation planner, for example. Here's some mystical planner. Okay, so there is demand for this space. What I want you to understand is that, okay, this one is actually selling pretty good. And let's do some math here, right? So let's say you have a product that, let's take this first one. It's a guided journal, a guided workbook. It's cost $15. It's approximately 45 sales per month. So it's $6,675 in revenue. You can easily create this product in Canva. And what Amazon KDP does when someone buys this, so let's say you go into Amazon and you purchase this, you will get a physical copy of the journal. But the creator of this journal, he or she, they haven't uploaded a physical product. So what they did, they created a product in Canva, right? They created this kind of interior. It's called Amazon KDP interior. You create that in Canva and then you just upload it to Amazon. So this is like a print on demand, but for books in a sense. So it's printed on demand when someone buys that. So you're not responsible for delivery or anything like that, or like stock issues or customer service. Amazon takes care of all of that. What you're responsible for is to go to Canva and create this journal. And again, like there is a lot of things that already exist in Canva that you can use as a base, and then you just iterate on that, right? Or you can use AI. You can just go to ChatGPT or Claude and say, this is the type of product I want to create. Let's co-create the draft together. These are the things I want to include. This is, again, as I always say, brain dump with voice. All you want to see in this kind of journal, everything that you think will serve your customers and the audience, and let it give you the draft. And then based on this draft, you go to Canva and you just create the journal, okay? So back to the numbers. For this journal, for example, it was approximately, let's say it's $6,675 per month. The reason why I did a detour in explaining how Amazon KDP works is because Amazon will take a portion of the revenue, right? Which means that your profit margin will be smaller. Approximately the profit margin for Amazon, I think it's 40% profit that you're taking home. So let's say $6,675 and we just take 40%. So that's $2,670, okay? And that's not bad for one product. This person probably have done a lot of work promoting this on their social media channels. It doesn't matter for you to start. For you to start, you just need a confirmation. Okay, this is something that actually makes money, and then you'll just find a way to make money on that. But you will create something that you know you want to put out there, because I feel like that's where a lot of people are getting stuck. They're like, oh, should I start with content? Should I start with this? Whatever. And you can start with whatever, honestly. But I think for me, for my brain, creating something like a tangible, either it's a digital product or a physical product, it's always been so much more helpful to me, because then you okay, how can I talk about this product on social media? All of this will come after. Okay, so that was Amazon KDP. There is one thing I also want to show you as an example, because it is also in this niche or space. If we go to Amazon and we search for shadow work journal, so this is something that blew up on TikTok. So this is the shadow work journal. And I really love the story behind that. That's why I want to share it. I think it's extremely inspiring. So there was a girl, her name is Keela Shanine, okay? And I've listened to a podcast interview with her, and she basically really gotten into the shadow work. So shadow work is basically a concept that Carl Jung, this psychotherapist, talk a lot about. She was really interested in that. So she started creating her own journal prompts, and then she just created a book, like a KDP book, right? Or maybe it was a digital download before, I don't know, but she created this. She put it together and she wanted to share it with friends, maybe sell online. And this just blew up. What she did in the beginning, she just basically filmed TikToks of opening her journal, like that she created herself and ordered from Amazon. And then she started filling it up, writing her thoughts and doing the journaling prompts. And that went viral. She made millions from this just one product, right? And then she went on, built her entire empire in this. And we can see here she went into doing some of the things that I'm also going to be mentioning in this video, like building an app and creating audio files with this and more journals. And it's an endless possibilities basically. But I think one important thing that I really want to come across, because there is this conception of, and that's what we're most advised, especially from men and gurus of the online space. The advice is find a niche that is really working. It has to have proof that it's generating a lot of money. But when this girl started the shadow work, there was no such concept. If she would do all this trend research and all the research across everything, she would not find a single thing, a single product. It was just in the book of this psychologist, Carl Jung. But she felt really passionate, she really wanted to put it out there. She was finding it helpful. She created this practice and she felt the urge to put it out there. Something that just needs to come out, and either you or someone else will run with this idea, but it's important to listen in, okay? And not getting distracted by the outside world. And I think that's what she did. And this is a perfect example why she succeeded. So there was no proof that it's going to work. There was no trends even going into this direction, but she just made it work, right? She felt called to it. She put it out there, and then the rest of the things happened. It's just believing that something that you have to say and brings value to other people, it's worth following. And that's, I think, is the most important message. And now you can see her journals are sold all over the world, and it's translated into multiple languages. I think it's a really cool inspiration. Don't have this disillusion that you're just gonna put one thing out there and it's gonna go viral. It can, but it's not necessarily would. And I don't want for you that to be a benchmark. I really want you to just practice on creating something, and then using YouTube to research how to optimize it for SEO, how to promote it, how to market it, how to create content for it. That will all come. If you're a beginner, this is going to be a learning curve, but you just if that's something that you find interesting, and now you know that this is a possibility to create. Okay. Let's go to the next one. So next one is selling digital products. And that could be on Etsy, that could be on Gumroad. There's different platforms now are popping up here and there. So if you don't have an audience, I think Etsy is a good example. If you have an audience, can still be Etsy, can be through Stan Store, can be through Fourth Wall. I'm going to mention and show you all of those things in a second. But I wanted to show one example. So if we go to Etsy, and here we search manifestation planner. I want to show you this example, and it's quite a fascinating story. So it's a store that's called Manifestable. And let's see, we can go to store. So they've created a digital journal, digital planner, right? Where you can write on your iPad. There's some stickers. There's a couple of things there. They have over 100,000 sales. And this is the kind of products that they sell. That girl, planner, manifestation. Oh, they jumped on the trend of the shadow work as well. Shadow work journal, anxiety journal. So they have all within kind of manifestation, self-care, like this kind of space. So they don't have that many products, but let's just do a simple math here. And I'm just going to be completely honest, because seeing this kind of examples was what made me like even start on Etsy. And now my shop on Etsy have done slightly under $10,000 with selling digital wall art downloads. The reason why I'm sharing this example is not like to hype it up and to say, oh, you can make millions, but also, I want that, especially if you're coming like me, like working all your life in corporate, like this is a new world to you, right? This is a totally, and it was to me. And when I was seeing those examples, like instead of feeling like, oh, that's impossible for me, like I saw this as inspiration. If someone else did it, then it means that it's possible for me, right? If only I just gonna do research and find out how to do that. And thankfully, all the information is here on YouTube. It's all available. What I want to show you, like a quick calculation. We can do a simple calculation like this. 100,000 sales, and we even multiply that with $5. It's $500,000, okay? It's $500,000. And because it was actually costing more before, I know that this store during like their entire existence have done nearly $1 million. We can take this numbers with a pinch of salt because they're running sales and so on and so forth, and it fluctuates. But this sum is for a product that the creators have never had to print, ship, or create with their hands, right? So all they did, they created a digital product that people would just come in, click add to cart, and it will be downloaded automatically, right, once their payment is received. This is mind-blowing to me. To make nearly $1 million from the product that you create, from something that wasn't even mainstream back then. And what I want to say here, so if on Amazon takes like a bigger portion of your profit, so you're sitting with 40% profit margin, here you can pretty much have like up to 80-90% of profit margin, right? Because all you need is access to Canva, you need to pay Etsy fees, and if you pay for advertising or not. So even like really conservatively, we put that they have 80% profit margin, okay? This leaves us with over $500,000 profit. So I'll let this land for a second, and I just want to say that this is just one example. This is the second income stream that you can think about in this space. All right, and then let's just do some more searching. So let's just search for vision board. A good indicator when there is a bestseller badge, when things like that, means that they're selling really well. And then you can just do the math, especially very popular towards the end of the year. So like people can start the new year, and then you just put your kind of pictures together in Canva, and then people download it and make their vision boards with it. So affirmation cards is another example here. If we search on Etsy, you can just see what's selling. I think those are really cute. There's some for kids, for cats, sweat, pregnancy and affirmations. So affirmation cards are huge. Okay, so now let's say we went through Etsy. We had the manifestation planner, manifestation journal. We have affirmation cards. We have vision boards. Their ChatGPT suggested like moon cycle things. It could be like anything that you are in the space, like you know what you're into. So just search on Etsy, search on Amazon, see what comes up. Like you don't have to pay for Bookbolt. Honestly, this was just for me to show you the confirmation that those are selling. You can just do like simple math of seeing, okay, this product has a lot of reviews. Reviews are usually 10% of total purchases. So multiply it with 10, you'll approximately see how many sales it has made. So don't get hung up on that. The most important thing is just create something that you feel called to create and put out there. Then it's a win-win. We talked about different types of digital products that you can sell. So let's go back to our list. I'm actually jumping ahead here, but yeah. So I've covered affirmation cards and vision boards. YouTube. Let's jump into YouTube. I want to show you one creator that I really like personally, and I just want to show this as like a case study of, again, how to integrate different income stream, different types of products. So she creates videos on manifestation, on feminine energy. She talks about books and concepts that helped her and practical advice. I actually really love her channel, so go check her out. But here we can see some of the things that she is selling. So she has creating a Notion template, which is a fantastic digital product. So if you're into Notion, if you like organizing things, or if you want to learn how to create a Notion template, this is such an in-demand product, both on Etsy, just on like your own standalone store. But she basically created one, and YouTube is her distribution channel. So she just links it in the description below. She might mention into the video, and then people just go ahead and buy it. If they like her style, they like what she's talking about. And also, I think this is such an important thing with YouTube. Like, that's why I start YouTube channel as well versus putting my effort into social media. There's no right or wrong, but I'm gonna rationalize why I'm so like a team YouTube, because if I would see her reel on Instagram, I would just scroll past by, right? But when I come across YouTube video, like I actually binge watch like a couple of videos because she really resonates, like her energy resonates with me. And in that short period of time, so let's say I watch 20-30 minutes, like maybe like a couple of hours of her videos, like over a period of time, I really feel like I can trust this person, right? Like the trust is created, her energy resonates. So to me, it's just like a really win-win situation. Like I want to get deeper into the world of products that she creates. So I would go and explore this. I think the biggest mistake, like if we're talking about the income streams, right? The idea for that manifestation space or niche or interest, if you have it, is to start creating content on that. But a lot of people are getting it wrong in a sense. They think, oh, I have to go viral on YouTube. It's not about getting paid through AdSense, which is one income stream, one monetization stream. Basically, when you reach over 1,000 of subscribers, then you get paid by YouTube because it runs ads on your videos. And a lot of people are like trying to get there, but I think the smart creators, they understand that it's not about that revenue. It's actually about building trust, giving a lot of value up front, and then guiding people into their paid products. And we can see from her product, so she has different bundles, she has meditation, workbook. So she just creates digital products. The same idea. You just purchase it and then you get a digital download, right? So she doesn't have to ship anything. She doesn't have to take care of this fulfillment. It's a digital product. So she has different types of meditations, which is this is just an audio file, okay? This is just an audio file that you download. So there is a 30-day journaling workbook. There is, these types of products. I just want you to unlock this, right? And for me, actually, personally, I started my YouTube channel very recently. And I think it's because I did not understand what an opportunity YouTube is from this perspective. I almost had this preconceptions of YouTuber, like my son's friends like are YouTubers, and I'm like, I'm not a YouTuber. But there is such a big world out here for small businesses, for if you have an interest, like to share it with the world and to find ways to monetize that through digital products. So YouTube was the next income stream. And you can monetize it through AdSense, but that you have to reach 1,000 followers. And again, don't count on it until you really get a lot of followers. But I would rather focus on providing a lot of value, sharing what you learn, sharing your journey in manifestation. Don't try to be a guru or teach, just like talk about like your journey. And ultimately, I think that's what people are attracted to. And then you start building audience, you start building trust, and then you can just create those digital products in Canva, and you can add the links like to your website, or like, for example, through a Stan store that I've mentioned already. But Stan store is a digital product store for creators. Let's go to the next one. So that next one is a tiny one, challenges, master classes. This is basically just a type of a digital product. So I'm not going to spend time on that. She didn't have that, but a lot of creators have. You can have a paid challenge, right? Or you can create a master class. So it could be video, it could be audio, it could be whatever, but some sort of a product that creates value for other people. And then you just put your price tag on it and put it into some platform to host it, basically. So let's maybe touch on the platform to host it. I think I'm going to show you the one that I'm using. I want to show you Stan Store because, and I'm underutilizing, honestly, this functionality they have, but I just want to show you what's possible. So a lot of things that I've already mentioned, like that you can sell. It's like a webinar, masterclass, of course, courses there, coaching calls, different products. You can create any of them in Stan Store. So for example, what it looks like for me, like this is my Stan Store. So if you go into my Instagram profile or if you're on my YouTube, I include the links from here. And the links are to those things. So it's subscribe to my newsletter, join the waitlist to AI Solopreneur Club, and some sort of a freebie or like lead magnet. So it's like a workbook or similar to that. So all I need to do in the Stan Store is to just go add product. Let's say it's a digital product. Choose an image and then like just describe the title and what is the content of this product. And then you include a link or the file itself. And then it's just available for people to go ahead and get. So this is how my store would look like, I think. Yeah, I need to optimize this a little bit. But you get the general idea. So I highly recommend Stan Store. So moving on to the next one, slightly different one. It is creating a community. So for example, there is a platform called School. Basically, the way it works is that it's a place to create memberships. Membership could be like, let's say again, we start with manifestation. I want to show you here is that if you're a person who loves communities, who loves creating communities, bringing people together around these topics, and you love talking about this, then you just can create a paid community. So let's take this one. Let's do some math here. So let's say it's 451 members, paying $88. So that's $39,000 per month recurring revenue, right? I'm not saying that it took her overnight, or like maybe a lot of people have actually probably joined at a lower price than that. But let's say conservatively, like not $39,000 per month, but let's say $20,000 a month. Here's another small community. Here's $333, 11 members, right? So that's a easy math. Over $3,600. Basically, what I want to show is like there is a different business model, right? It's not only digital downloads. You can create an online community where you give people value. I can show you the example how School communities looks like. So this is a community for those who run memberships. You have a classroom where this looks like courses. Basically, there is videos. I honestly think like it's a future of courses. Like I think a lot of courses and coaching will migrate into this paid memberships. You can have events, like you have members and things like that. So I love the idea of memberships. If you check out the links below, I have a waitlist for my community, AI Solopreneur Club. I'm planning to launch in the near future. The next one is print on demand. This is a different type of business model, but if you are someone who likes products, who likes to create products, like you want to see the result of your creative work on a product. What I want to say about print on demand, if you're not familiar with the concept, you can use a platform like Fourth Wall that is like more targeted for creators, but there's also platforms like Printify. They give you access to the products where you can put your design on. There's huge amount of different types of products you can sell. You can sell wall art, you can sell clothes, pins, plushes, journals, which is, I think this is where I was going to more. For manifestation, you can create some beautiful visuals, right? Like manifestation journals, and it's an empty notebook. Create something that would reflect your aesthetic maybe, or some inspirational messages here. But basically what you do, is that you create the design in Canva, you place it here. Either you choose a journal, or you choose like a t-shirt, a hoodie, or tote bag, or a mug, or whatever, right? You place it here, you put a link, and then when someone buys it, then Fourth Wall or other providers like Printify, Printful, Gelato, they will create this product and then they will ship it to your customer. So the digital part is just create an image and then place the file in the system, and then just have a link to this product to sell through distribution channels such as YouTube or Instagram, TikTok, newsletters, and so on. The important thing to understand that the profit margin on most products could be even lower than Amazon KDP, approximately 20 to 30% profit margin. Let's say we go on Printify, that's another print-on-demand provider. I just want to show other print-on-demand providers, like for example, Printify, they have such a huge catalog of things that you can sell. So basically it could be anything from like journals, t-shirts, and to like home decor, right, to coffee and beauty and supplements. You can have tech accessories, so imagine things like this with some with some affirmations, or like it could be just like really any types of products that you love. It could be phone cases. I think actually this one is huge on that, so let's check it out. Affirmations phone case. This is really cute. So this is basically someone that went into Printify, chose this product, created a design in Canva, and then placed it on this, created a link to this product, and then uploaded it into their Etsy shop. Look at this. This is cute. What else I would put like if we were into manifestation? So definitely totes. So creating some messages on totes. You can create postcards. You can create candles, okay? So you can basically place some like affirmation, something on candles, and then you can sell the candles, right? And again, print-on-demand provider will do everything for you and ship it to the customers. Imagine a hat like this with some cute Okay, I'm going into a rabbit hole. One thing I want to say about print on demand though, I'm filming this video, it's June 2025, and what's happening right now with the whole like geopolitical situation and tariffs and things like that, I think this will affect print on demand. The business model will stay the same, but you have to understand that the profit margin might be lower. That's just something to be aware of. At this point of time, I wouldn't go all in on print on demand, but as an additional income stream, I think it's just really beautiful. Wall art, I think I like mentioned, but I want to just call it out separately. Creating wall art, that is what I sold in my store. I sold digital wall art, but you can do it both, let's say manifestation, or let's say affirmations wall art. You can create, and you can create and sell them either as digital downloads or by using print on demand. So for example, Printify again. So you go into posters, for example, and here you can put your design that you designed in Canva on any type of those posters and connect it to your Etsy shop, and that will basically, then you can sell it as a product, a physical product. So either a digital product or physical product. And I just want to show you this store. This has been like a huge inspiration to me when I started selling digital products like digital wall art. So let's take this example. So this creator, she created this item. So it's already yours, the universe, which is like in manifestation art print. I'm going to show you how much this store has made. So we can just go to Allura and search for this store. Yeah, so this store has made over 1 million in revenue. This is a digital download, but you can do the same as just like printing, or you can do both in one listing on Etsy. And then last two ones, Substack, Beehive. So that's another revenue stream, another income stream that I want to talk to you about. So if you're interested in if you love writing, so you can start a Substack, which is basically like a blog but it's paid. So you can create content and then you can share some of it for free, but then a certain portion, people who like to get more, they can subscribe and pay you monthly. So that's also a really good business model. So Substack is amazing, Beehive is amazing. You register on Substack or Beehive, you start writing about things that you love within manifestation. And Substack is also like a platform, so people can find it, right? So even if you don't have an audience on social media, you still have access to the marketplace of Substack, which means that it will bring you subscribers and so on. This is probably something that will take longer, and but if you love to write, like that could be absolutely an income stream for you. And then last, like it wouldn't be a channel about AI automation if I wouldn't have mentioned at least one idea specifically with AI. You can build an app, and there is a lot of tools right now. So for example, there is Lovable, where you can create apps or website just by talking to AI, and you can say, for example, I want to create an app like that provides personalized or like daily affirmations, right? I would recommend to get like a $20 subscription for Lovable for 1 month and just play around. You can just create your own app and you can sell it to your audience and monetize that way. Like with everything, if you want more in-depth tutorials on things like on any of those income streams, please let me know in the comments and I will create them. The very last one, I actually don't know how to apply it for this space, but it is affiliate marketing. So for example, let's say if you use like an app, Insight Timer, and you like using it, then you can just Google Insight Timer or affiliate program. So whatever product that you're already using in this space, just Google the name of the product plus affiliate program. Then register for the affiliate program and it will give you a link that you get a percentage of if someone follows through with your link and then buys their product. So affiliate marketing, I think it's also very powerful. It is about including like the things you already use, the things that you already love. Like why not recommend them to your audience? If you stayed up until the end, like you're a superstar. I'm so grateful. I promise I will get better in not going into all the rabbit holes. I'm working on it. But thank you so much for watching. I hope that now your mind opened up a little bit about possibilities, right? It's like whatever you felt clicked when I was talking, whatever you felt, ooh, I want to know more about that. Just go into the YouTube like search and write the name of the thing. Go into a couple of rabbit holes and just explore, okay? Don't stop exploring and get overwhelmed and like how to do it, but just actually create this first product. Put it on this first platform. I can promise you there is no better feeling when your first digital product gets sold. Like when you hear the sound, your whole life will change. Not because of the money you made, because if it's a couple of dollars, but it's just the possibility that you understand, that you imagine something, that you created something, and then you put it out there and someone actually bought it, okay? Most of the people give up before they even try. The second wave, the majority of people give up when they try and no one buys like for the first day or like a week or so. So that's 99% by then already out of the picture. So if you're worried about competition over saturated niches, don't worry about that. Most people, even those who will watch this video or other videos, they will not go through with that because they will be afraid of the learning curve. They will be like, I don't know how to do this. I don't have it in me to check it out. But if you actually take it to the end, put that product, I can promise you, you will succeed in. And this is an addictive space to be in. I am in there. I think the biggest challenge right now is really just like how not to do all at once, because like when I'm talking you through those, I already get so many new ideas. I want to run like in 100 different directions. So that is the skill that I'm cultivating now, like staying focused on my channel, on providing value, cultivating one income stream at a time. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments what are your hobbies, interests that you have no idea how to monetize. And if you want me to deep dive in any of the tools that I mentioned or in any of the income streams that you found most interesting, let me know. I'm happy to do that as well. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.